Donald, you're muted.
I just want to let everybody know that this session is being recorded. We have Beth Ellen, who is going to do LinkedIn Part 2. And we look forward to having everybody's questions. Please put them in the chat and we'll get them answered along the way or at the end. And we look forward to learning more about LinkedIn from Beth Ellen Rosenthal. And the floor is all yours, Beth Ellen.
Well, we probably don't need an hour unless people want me to help them one by one, but there's 3 really important things about LinkedIn that I want to encourage everybody to do. So I did some search of statistics from our other fearless leader, because I'm really not a statistics person. And I discovered, my son shared one with me, that there's 770 million people on LinkedIn, but only 2 million are creators. And you get all the extra analysis if you're a creator. So that's one of the things you must do for your profile is turn on creator mode. We went over it last week. I can go over it again, but if you want an advantage over everybody else on LinkedIn, you have to be a creator. And I didn't realize how important it was until I looked at the numbers. The other thing was, LinkedIn says if your profile is filled out completely, you get 36 times more views. Did you hear that number? 36 times more views if you fill out the profile correctly. So that's what we did last week, and I can go over it again this week. But if you do those 2 things, you fill out the profile correctly and turn on creator mode, you are massively ahead on LinkedIn. So are there any questions about that before I go to the slides? Are we cool? All right, I'm going to share my screen. Donald, I obviously can't see the chat, so you just talk to me. All right, so where is it? All right, so this is, Austin's not here, I'm back in Las Vegas. So what I wanted to show you first today was how to set up. All right, so here's my profile. Let's see where. Okay, see this right here? This is a 30-second video. When you click on this, when it starts, and the video immediately starts your first 3 seconds. And if they click on it, it gets to all 30. And it's kind of tricky. See this circle here? That's what we're talking about. And so I'm going to show you how to do it. And if you do it step by step, it's easy, but it's only on your phone. So I'm going to show you where that is. All right, so it's called a video cover. And here's how you do it. So it only works on your cell phone. So you've got to take the video on your phone and have the LinkedIn app added. Okay, so see where it says this plus here? It says introduce yourself with a 30-second video. And it says add cover story right here after you click on the plus. So that's what you're going to do. You're going to click on add cover story. See? I just got back from Colorado and the change in temperature does not agree with me. Okay, so then you're going to, a pull down menu comes up and it says, see, this is my son's. It says, after you click on add a cover story, you get this pull down menu. And so you're going to click the second option, which is introduce yourself with a 30-second video. Okay, simple, simple, simple. Now, see this eye right here? You click on the eye in this lower left corner, and it has how people can see the video. and you want all LinkedIn members, okay? So this is really important. Be sure you click in this eye, all LinkedIn members. This is my video. So I added the cover story, and this is the video I took. See, I'm in Colorado at the moment. Okay, so you can only do 30 seconds, but they only automatically show 3. So once again, the eye, and then you hit this arrow here. Okay, so it tells you this fact. The preview is the first 3 seconds of your video. This will play automatically on mute when people view your profile. How cool is that? Okay, so don't start by saying, hi, I'm Beth Ellen Rosenthal from eXp Realty. They know that. They're on your LinkedIn profile. So what you're going to do is get one sentence out. And I usually ask a question, you know, do you want the best price for your house? Or buyers, how can you find a house in today's market? Because you can constantly change these. Or would you like a realtor with 41 years of experience who knows Las Vegas inside and out? Whatever. Start with a question, but you only get 3 seconds constantly shown. So don't start with your name. Okay. And then if people want to see the whole 30 seconds, they just click on the circle. That's how it works. Okay. That's the QR code. So that's basically all you do. You record a 30-second video on your phone. You go to the circle profile. You hit add cover story. You check right here. This is how you do it. Introduce yourself with 30 seconds. And then you hit add to profile. You want all LinkedIn members, and that's all it takes. I'll guarantee you, most people do not add the cover story, and people call me up and say, I love that video on your LinkedIn profile. How did you do it? Well, this is how. Okay.
Hey, Beth Ellen, how did you actually get the video from your phone into your LinkedIn app?
When it says add cover story, it asks you where is the photo. So it was just in my camera roll.
Okay, gotcha.
I'm a Samsung person, but my son who has an iPhone said it was in his iPhotos.
Gotcha. Thank you.
Obviously, you have to use the same phone that you took the picture on. Okay, so that's going to make you stand out. So Facebook also has polls. So what I'm going to show you now about the poll is the same thing in Facebook, just a different medium, but the idea is the same. And I want to start by saying, we were talking before about topics. There are 2 ways to get a real estate transaction going. There's sales and marketing. And if you go to Real Estate 101 on Sunday night at eXp University, which I think is an amazing course after 41 years in real estate, having made tons of money, I still go to Real Estate 101 on Sunday nights because there's so much more to learn. Oh my God, the class is great. But they have one night is marketing and one night is selling. They're not together. And why is that? Because they're 2 different activities. So what is selling? Selling is getting leads. Selling is Facebook advertising to get leads. Selling is buying leads. Selling is buying leads on KV Core. After 41 years, I still mail out 5 handwritten postcards to my farm every day, business day. That's door knocking. Those are leads. And when you buy leads, you get a list and you call them up and you find one. And first of all, they're both equally important and you have to do both. I don't want to short on anybody, but you should do both. That's sales. But what we're talking about here is marketing, and that's building the brand of you. I am you, Y-O unique, and all of you are unique too. And so it's building the brand of you. And this is when you sell, you're chasing the leads, but here you're attracting the leads. And I was telling Debbie, this is my lead generator. I keep this charged. because I've attracted so many leads, they call and text me. And that's, when you buy the leads, you do all the work by finding which ones work in your lead list. In the attracting, you do all the attracting first, and you wait for them to come to you. And both of them are equally important, and you have to do both. But marketing takes longer. You get rich, but you get rich slow. But you do get rich. Trust me, I've done it. So that's why I'm now, that's my parrot. That's my blue gold macaw. She monitors my discussion, tells me what to do. Yeah, I know, Pepe. So anyway, we're talking here. This is building the brand of you, and this is marketing. This is how you get your leads. And I'll guarantee you, people are going to check you out on Google and LinkedIn long before they get to your Facebook profile. And if they've never done business with you but heard about you, they're going to check you out on Google and or LinkedIn. So that's why this is important. So we work for, my employer is actually Google, not eXp. My real estate license hangs at eXp, but I work for Google because I want to be #1 on Google organically. And that's because I've learned how to make the algorithm like me. So in LinkedIn, LinkedIn loves polls. So to get the LinkedIn algorithm to like you, I'm recommending doing a poll. I've started to do them every Friday, and they're really working for me. I'm getting a lot of engagement. Okay, so how do you do a poll in LinkedIn? Okay, first you go to create a post, which is at the top of your newsfeed. You hit create a post, and it's me, and then it says, what do you want to talk about? And this thing here is create a post. You wouldn't know it just by looking at it, but this is the post icon. So you're going to hit this, create a post. A poll. So the first thing is, this was my first poll that I did a couple weeks ago. How did you find your realtor? I was curious. So then you type in the options. I did social media, recommendations from friends and family, used them before, or other. Okay. And I add emojis because it adds color, and I think they're cute, and it just makes it stand out. That's just my trick. But if you're not an emoji person, you don't have to do it. But I found that works. So once again, you hit that icon, and this is what comes out, and you fill it out. So this is what the finished product I had done, and this is what the finished product looked like. So I had 16 views in the first 5 minutes. So that's pretty good. Okay, so I started the poll on Friday, and on Tuesday, these were the running results. I had 3 comments, but let's see if I can move my screen. But anyway, I had 500. On Tuesday, I had 777 views of my poll, and these were the comments. That's really, really good. Okay, so Austin's poll was, at one point in your life, were you the happiest in your career? When did it give you the most satisfaction? He had early, mid, late career. And look at this. He had 2,363 views. Okay, that's a really good number on LinkedIn. That's a really good number on any social media, just from a poll. So the LinkedIn algorithm likes him because look at those results. And how hard was this? Okay, so then you get results. So for my poll, 76 have the title of real estate broker. And then this is where they came from. Okay. And I want to point this out. Austin lives in Austin. He goes by, I'm Austin from Austin. When I was going to have 5 boys, all named after Texas town, and I started with the capital. So somehow I knew this child was going to end up there. But look, 82 people viewed his post because he liked it. And so everybody in his network got to see it. And 82 people actually watched it. So this is the power of social media, because I don't know anybody in Austin except a few of our agents and my son. And look at this. So this just shows. So this is who viewed my poll. So you get analytics. And basically that's how you do a poll. And it's the same in Facebook. So I'm doing one. This week's poll is, if you're thinking of renovating your home, what project are you gonna tackle first? And I had master bath, other bath, kitchen, and other. So every Friday, I'm gonna do a poll on LinkedIn because I get really good results. So in the end, I had 880 actually people viewed my poll before it stopped on Friday. I do them for 1 week. And so basically, these are the two things I wanted to cover this week, which is how to add a video cover and the power of polls and how to add them. And it's the same in Facebook. If Facebook is your medium and LinkedIn is not, just follow the same rules and do it there. And that's pretty much it, unless you want me to go over again how to set up your profile, because once again, you get, according to LinkedIn, you get 36 times more views if the profile is set up properly. That's an amazing number. So, and it's tricky. So what would you like me to do? Because those are the only two we didn't discuss.
Ellen, somebody wants to have you show how to turn on Creator again.
Okay, perfect. That's a really good question. Because that's actually the easiest thing. Let's see, right here. Okay, so you go to your dashboard and this shows who viewed your profile, how many post views you had and how many searches. And then right exactly under your dashboard is creator mode. And it's going to say off if you hadn't been turned it on. And you just, it's a toggle. So you just press the button to pull the button to on, and there you go. This is the simplest thing to do in LinkedIn. And once again, the numbers are, there's 770 million people on LinkedIn, and all of 2 million have creator mode on. So this gives you an amazing advantage. This, if you do only one thing that I showed you about LinkedIn, this is the most important. The second most important is filling out your profile properly, which is complicated, and I can show you again. But once you've seen it and gotten the slides, just use it as a guide to fill your profile out. But that's super important here on LinkedIn. Two things are creator mode and properly and completely fill out the profile.
So one question I had was, in Google, I know your title that you put up on your profile in Google My Business makes a difference. Is there any advantage or any tricks to what you put in profile?
So yes, it's your headline. So I have investor, author, property manager, realtor at eXp, but you showed me, Debbie, last time, the lady who was the genealogist, who had the greatest headline ever. So the bottom line is, if you just put realtor at eXp, because everybody is a realtor at eXp, there's 65,000 of us. So you're not going to stick out. So make sure that this is your headline, which is this line here, is really different and catchy. I would think long and hard about what I put here. And that genealogy lady, hers was great that you showed us. Was that in my slide deck? I don't think so. But anyway, she was amazing. That was, she went on and on about how she used genealogy to create, help her find houses. And it was a brilliant way to distinguish yourself. Here's how I view marketing. If you took my name off this, could you put somebody else's name instead of Beth Ellen Rosenthal? Can you put Debbie Gentry, and it would be investor, author, property manager, realtor at eXp? Are they interchangeable? Because if you say something and anybody else can be the same, that's not a good headline. You need to have it distinct enough that it's only you, right? So if you look in when we used to have yellow pages and you needed a plumber, all the ads were the same. You could take one plumbing company and put the name on top of their ad and it would match for the next plumbing company. And that is the worst thing to do because it doesn't distinguish you. So the headline here has to be something that can be only you, and Realtor at eXp really is the last thing, not the first thing. So
somebody else wants to know if you have the paid version of LinkedIn, or does it not matter?
If you know anything about me, my favorite four-letter word is free, FREE, and I haven't paid a penny to LinkedIn, and it's done great things for me. You do not need the pay. Austin says, and he had the paid version in his day job before he quit. He said it's got amazing analytics of who looked at your profile. But I don't think that's worth $50 a month. I think $50 a month I would rather spend on Facebook advertising. So I have not paid a penny to LinkedIn, and I only use the free version, and it's getting me lots of action. Action meaning I have had people call me out of the blue and said, I got your referral from somebody else at eXp, and I checked out your LinkedIn profile and I Googled you and I want to do business with you. So they didn't come from LinkedIn, but I had to pass the LinkedIn bar before they would hire me. So that's why this is so important. If somebody recommends you and they don't know you, they want to check you out. And the two places they're going to check you out are LinkedIn, Google, and maybe Facebook. But they're definitely, I had an institutional investor who wanted to work with me for multiple properties. And he said, the first place I went was your LinkedIn profile. And I did multiple transactions with this gentleman. He was an eXp referral from somebody in Dallas, an eXp agent, but he didn't take her word for it. And he said, you came up #1 in Google and I love your LinkedIn profile. So that's why this is important. It's once you get a referral to get the business, because they are going to check you out. So it's worth the time to fill out the profile.
So
did that answer your question?
Yep. They said, oh, great. Thank you. Free is good. One of my questions I have about LinkedIn is occasionally I'll run across somebody that I want to be in touch with, but they're not one of my connections I can directly connect with. What's the best way to try to connect with them via LinkedIn?
I would send them a private message, ask if, say, you'd like to connect, and is that possible?
Do you ever try to do private messages to your connections you have?
I do. I'll tell you what irritates me about LinkedIn is, remember Austin showed us that every week you get X amount of number of people to expand your network, and he goes to each one and clicks them until LinkedIn says, you've reached your weekly limit, and then he starts again to build his network. So I've been doing that too. And I have found that is really a good way, and I don't know most of the people. Did that answer your question?
So you get a connection, let's say you've got 5,000 connections. What are you going to do with them except maybe be the first line defense when they decide they want to sell? What else are those connections good for?
It's not even that. It's I want to be high on the LinkedIn algorithm so that when people check me out to do business with me, they see, oh my God, she's a powerhouse on LinkedIn. That's what it does for me. So anyway, if you have a paid version that's not free, they have an automatic message service. So when somebody becomes your connection, it automatically sends you a PM. And that irritates me because it says, I want to do business with you right away. And as Jerome Lewis says, who gets married on the first date? Nobody. So it irritates me that they're wanting my business and they don't even know me and they haven't created a relationship. And that's what you do. And so LinkedIn is speeding up this relationship so we can get married, because they know me better from my profile. They know me better from my Google profile. They know me from my blogs. So I am really into the branding and marketing of who is Beth Ellen and how does she do real estate? Because at this stage, most of my business comes from referrals I don't know, and they're checking me out. And I want them to be, oh, wow, when they looked at LinkedIn and Google. Because you can even just type my Beth Ellen, and even though it's spelled unusually, I wanted to get the domain name. There's like 5,000 of us with names spelled that way. It was already long gone. And so if you just do Beth Ellen and don't even put my last name, I still come up on Google, #1, because I've worked hard at that. And that's why, that's how I get my business, from referrals, people checking me out on LinkedIn and Google. And so it's just because you get a referral doesn't mean they're going to use you until they check you out. And so that's why this is important to me. Does that make sense?
Yep. Just trying to figure out how to help people with their connections. So
Right.
another question is, what do you think about posting a blog from like Keeping Current Matters, or any of the blog posts that you might have that you've done somewhere else? Can you post it on LinkedIn?
Absolutely. So I have a blog called 4-Letter Friday, free fun in Las Vegas, because once again, free is my favorite 4-letter word. And Las Vegas entertainment is extremely expensive, worth every penny, but very expensive. So I have this blog, 3 to 5 things you can do for free in Las Vegas every weekend. And I publish it every Friday afternoon. And what do? After I do it, I go to LinkedIn and I put a link to my blog on my LinkedIn profile every week. And I get between 200 and 500 views. And most of these people are never going to be in Las Vegas. They're just curious. So I always post any blog I do, I put on my LinkedIn profile. So that's a great question. So first I write the blog on 4-Letter Friday, then I contact everybody I wrote about so they will know and share it. And then I go to LinkedIn and I put the URL on my profile. So if you go to my profile, you'll see my polls and my 4-Letter Friday blog posts.
So are those blog posts videos or just written?
They're written. I do videos too, but I post them as well. But I really should put my YouTube channel stuff on there, but I haven't.
So what's the three most important things the LinkedIn algorithm is looking for?
Your profile is filled out, that you're posting consistently, and then how much interaction you get and how much interaction you give. So eXp leadership is really big on LinkedIn. So when when we opened Germany, Michael Valdez had a LinkedIn post and all the big hotshots in eXp wrote congratulations. Well, I wrote something too. LinkedIn likes when you add things, as well as when you comment on people's posts. And so if you become friends with any of connections of any of the top levels, C-level people at eXp, they are posting in LinkedIn all the time. You'll see, and I always comment, and the algorithm likes that. So it's your profile, your creator mode, and comments that you get and that you comment. And it's easy if it's eXp because it's helping the family and the brand. So I think our stock price will go up when we have more sites, when we have more agents, and when we have great branding. And responding to their posts on LinkedIn is part of helping the company's branding, and it helps you too.
Awesome. We have another question. How did you add the hashtags to your LinkedIn profile there?
When you add the profile, all right, so let's see where it was. let me go to the poll stuff. You see, there's a video I did. All right. So if you get the slide deck, here is LinkedIn's URL of how to use the profile LinkedIn for business marketing. And this is a really, really good link that if you're really serious about getting into LinkedIn, don't listen to me, go to them, because that's it. So let me show you. Okay, so where was it? It was in the poll part. Okay, so first you create a post and you talk about everything, and the add hashtags is this blue line right here. And you just click add hashtags, and the hashtag's already there. So what LinkedIn does was it gives you suggestions in a pull down menu. But if there's no suggestions that are appropriate, you just type it. So 4-letter Friday is the letter of my name of my blog. It didn't come up on the pull down hashtag list, so I typed it in. But after you do a post, which includes a video or a picture, or here's your poll, the add hashtag is already built in to the post creation platform. So you don't have to even type the hashtag, you just have to type the words. So Las Vegas homes, selling homes in Las Vegas, all of those come up when I hit add hashtag because it's about Las Vegas, and the LinkedIn knows I'm a realtor. Even though I'm not talking about real estate, they'll come up. But this is how you add the hashtag. This blue thing is already there.
Yeah, but on your profile, just below your name, it has talks about, and then it's got a bunch of hashtags.
Oh, okay, that's
Go
different.
back to your picture, right? Yeah.
Yeah, hold on. I'll show you. Here. It only works if you turn on creator mode. If you don't turn on creator mode, the hashtags there don't come up. So this is why it's so important to turn it on. So after you see, before it was off and now it's on, see? And once you turn on creator mode, topics you select will be displayed on your profile. Okay, and you get 5. I only picked 4. I should really add a 5th, but it only happens if you add the creator mode first. If you don't do creator mode, you cannot find these. It won't do these. See, these are tricks that nobody knows. And that's why I created this, because I had no clue. My son taught me all this. But this is huge because you get these hashtags only on creator mode. Great question. See?
Awesome. Thank you. That
talks
was,
about
that was
right
wonderful.
here. That only came up after I did creator mode.
Right.
In your profile, what did you write in the summary?
All right, what did I write in my summary? About motivated, hardworking, insightful, kind, a good listener, dog lover, mother, Zumba dancer, weightlifter, hiker, author of a book. So I wrote it all about me, not just about real estate, because that people do business with a person. I mean, they want to like you and they want to think you are like them before they're going to work with you. That's just how I've found people act, whether it's stupid or not. That's just how we're wired as humans. And so I just wanted to give a whole view of who I am, not just about real estate. So this is what I wrote.
Going back to the hashtags for a second, are you limited on how many hashtags you can use? So it looks like 5.
Yes, it's according to LinkedIn, you can add up to 5. So you click on add topics and a hashtag comes up and you just type what it is. And then after you do 1, you just hit the add topic again until you get to your 5. Then you hit save, otherwise it won't work.
Amy,
Good
you want
question.
Amy, you want to ask your question?
Well, I had heard two different ways. Some say, or I've heard that some say that you want to use the hashtag that has a bunch of hashtags already put to it, like millions or whatnot. And then I've heard some say you should do between like 25,000 and 50,000, something smaller, so that you're not lost in that. Do you have an
Okay, so that's
opinion about that?
that's Google and Facebook, and those are called short tails and long tails. The long tails are the short ones, are the smaller ones, and the short tails are the millions ones, and that's Google search words. Here, LinkedIn is different. It doesn't matter. You can go online and go to Google and see how many thousands of people are using the hashtag, which is not yet available in LinkedIn. So I think if you get 5, so the answer is I have no idea. But I would suggest you get 5, do some that are long tail and some that are short tail, and see what works. Does that make sense?
So I've always been told on a hashtag, in my case, Debbie Gentry, the Villages FL is one of mine, because it says who I am and where I'm at, because a lot of people are looking for the villages. So you have to kind of do both, in my opinion, because you want to get into that group that people are, selling real estate or buying real estate is hashtags people use. And people were searching for that. So you're going to come up. You may be in the millions at that point, but hopefully they put a city to go with it. So you kind of have to do a mix of both, is what I've always been told.
So you do Debbie Gentry, the Villages, Florida. Is that what you said? You put all of that in a hashtag?
I use FL.
Okay, but in LinkedIn, it's already used. So you would do Villages FL. You wouldn't need your name.
But I wanted to tie back to Google.
Oh, yes, Google, absolutely, because that's.
And that would tie it back.
Exactly.
Okay. Thanks.
So real estate is probably a short tail. Las Vegas homes in LinkedIn is a longer tail because it's a smaller idea, but I'm an investor and I write a blog. I really should add a 5th one. We could brainstorm what my 5th one should be, but Debbie's absolutely right. In Google, you need your name and where you work. More questions, good stuff. And once again, this is building the brand of you. It's getting rich slowly. When you buy leads, you're getting rich fast. But eventually, it's so much easier to attract than chase. So that's why the best time to plant a tree was 10 years ago, but the second best time to plant a tree is today. So start your marketing. So 5 years from now, this is all you need. You don't have to pay Facebook. And after 41 years, I can really just have a nice living on attracting because I planted so many trees in decades. So once again, you get rich slowly, but you still get rich. So I created this deck that my son showed me to show you these things because they're not intuitively obvious and most people don't know how to do them. So this gives you a significant business advantage.
Can you send those slides that we can put that up for attached to the video?
I will PM me and I'll send you the Google link. My pleasure.
Okay, I'll let Donald do it because he's got a bigger Google Drive than I do.
Can do.
That's what 130 gig will do for you.
Yep. So basically you just go page by page and it tells you exactly what to do to follow along. And if you have any questions, just PM me on Workplace. But I made this deck so that somebody who is not a techie, which is not me, can figure this out. And I had a guy, which is my son, who had done it before and is really into, he says, Mom, your employer is Google, but my employer is LinkedIn. And it's true. I want I don't care how many likes I get. I want the algorithm to like me. I just have one like that I care about.
And that's the reason earlier for the question about the algorithm, because a lot of people don't understand the background of what LinkedIn or Google or Facebook uses to help marketing type folks, to help realtors and other business people be able to attract people to their business or their profession or their service or their product for that matter.
Well, you're better at it. You want to explain how it works?
I have a lot of LinkedIn folks that I'm connected to, but I'm like you, I've been in industry for a long time. So between corporate America and real estate, you just tend to get around the corner a few times. Many of the folks I've never met before, other than through LinkedIn or through Facebook conversations. And I think that's where, as you were talking about earlier, having and building relationships is what this is all about, because that's how the longevity of business and being in business and staying in business works.
So I'm now selling houses to the children of the young couples I sold houses to before. And these children have children. And if I'm still alive, I might be selling homes to them. And you just gotta work don't let people forget who you are. But if you looked at my poll, 20%, 60% of people chose their realtor from recommendations, friends and family. So that's what this is about. So people who get recommended, check me out. And the other 40% was from somebody they used before. So I went, oh, I better start sending postcards to my old clients. I'm getting lazy about that, because if they've done a transaction with you before, you can't let them forget who you are, because that's where the business comes from. According to my LinkedIn poll, it was 60% recommendations and 40% somebody they used before. So I'm going to use that in a blog post too. So this was great info for me to write a short Google My Business blog post about how people pick realtors from my LinkedIn poll.
So somewhere along the line tonight, you mentioned that you write 5 notes or letters or whatever to
Postcards. You want me to show you one?
Yeah.
All right, hold on.
Before you go there, Beth Ellen, we've got a question about, and you're on the creator mode. Someone's asking, how can I find creator mode?
It's right here. Here's how you turn it on. So there's your dashboard. If you, in your profile, let me go to the profile first. Here's my profile. Okay, and I'm scrolling down. See, in my profile it says your dashboard. It's under private to you. See, it says your dashboard. All right, here's my dashboard. So this is the dashboard, and right under dashboard is creator mode, and you have to turn it on. See, on. It's right under your dashboard. I'll guarantee you scrolled past this 60 million times and never even bothered to know what it was or bothered with it. And this is the key to success right here. Turning on creator mode, and it's right under your dashboard.
Awesome, thank you.
How many times have you driven by somewhere and you didn't know something was there until you had to find it? That's what this is. Hold on, let me get you a postcard.
Yeah, if anybody else has any questions, please let us know, and let's let Beth Ellen answer them while she's with us tonight.
Just unmute or type it in the chat.
All right, so I had these custom designed and printed. So this is what the front looks like. I have a red Ford and it says, did you know? It's got eXp Realty and all the required, realtor stuff. And on the back, it's eXp and my address, my personal address. And then it says, well, I don't know if you can read that, but it's all my information. And then I put the address here, and then I write something here. And I print them up in 1,000-unit lots. And every business day, I send out 5 to my farm, which I've been farming for 10 years. And I don't care if they throw them away when they get them, because they see my name and they see eXp Realty, even if they don't read a thing. And that is selling. That's chasing, not attracting. And I'm still doing this every after dinner. It's postcard time. And if I miss a day, I do 10 the next day. So I get my 5 every day.
Saying to them,
Pardon?
what do you say to them on the postcard?
I follow the 80-20 rule. 20% is about real estate in that zip code subdivision, and 80% is about Las Vegas. And it starts, did you know? And then I say, did you know that? So what did I do this week? All right, so Caesars during the pandemic, Peloton bikes were the hot thing, right? And so Nobu, which is a Caesars wing of Caesars properties, if you bought like 100 Peloton bikes, and if you stay at Nobu, you can have a Peloton bike delivered to your room. And so I wrote, did you know that if you have guests at Nobu, they can get their own Peloton bike? Just call the concierge desk and they'll bring you the bike. So that's what I'm writing this week, because that's a new thing that Caesars just announced. And then I don't know if you guys know about the Case-Shiller report, but the Case-Shiller report came out today. In Las Vegas, real estate was up 22% year over year. So as soon as I run through my list with the Peloton, the next one is going to be about the Case-Shiller report, and that's real estate. So it's 80% what they would care about. I lived in that subdivision, so I know them, and 20% real estate every day. 5. Doesn't take long. I'm only doing 5. So I'm still chasing after 41 years, but I'm doing a lot more attracting because I planted the seeds 41 years ago too. Did that answer your question? I think my cards are cute.
That's great information. Take the sharing screen off and they'll see those even better.
Oh, okay. All right. First, I got to escape this. Where's my escape button?
There
Okay.
we go. Now show the card. A little bit further away towards you. There you go. Perfect.
And then this is the back.
Nice red car.
Yeah, I have a red Ford. It's not a must. It's not a convertible though. It's me and my white-haired dog and my long hair. People think it's cute.
Yeah, it is cute.
Where do you get those little cartoon things done of yourself?
I paid a artist in California. It wasn't that expensive. I can send you his name. PM me and I'll give you his name.
Okay.
And he drew it for me, and then he sent it to my printer, and I wrote the back. See the back? I wrote all this copy. It's all my 411, and then my printer has it. I paid one time to set it up, and every 1,000 that I go through, they just charge me the print cost. And it's on very thick, expensive paper, not cheap stuff, because people who just sold. They come on such thin paper. I go, oh, they're cheap. Mine's thick stock. It looks, this woman makes money because she has a nice card. It's custom made. I like my postcards and I get business.
Yeah, they look great.
So once again, selling, chasing, and attracting are equally important, and you have to do both. So the bottom line is they're equally important, and most people kind of forget marketing because you get rich slowly. But I'm telling you, after 41 years, I'm really rich and not working that hard to get leads because I planted so many seeds along the way, and it's never too late.
Now,
But
are you using LinkedIn at all for agent attraction? Are you doing the agent attraction side of things?
you know, LinkedIn would be great for agent attraction, but when I was the designated managing broker for Nevada, they did not let us do any agent attraction because it was conflicting with our agents. So I got out of the agent attraction mode. So I actually just don't do any agent attraction anymore, even though now I'm not the broker and I can. But to me, it would be a great way to do it.
Anybody else have any questions? We've got 8 minutes left.
So if you need anything, PM me on Workplace. So I teach the social media, the content creation mastermind at eXp University every Thursday morning, 9 a.m. Pacific, 12 noon. And that's the content you should put in anything you write. And then an hour later, Jerome Lewis does the social media mastermind, which is how to do it. And I think this week he's having how to do Google advertising. And it's an eXp University Productivity Center. eXp loves us, so please come, you're welcome. And I think we're just going to have a general session, and I'm going to just share some Case Shiller numbers because they came out today, this morning. So it's good content. And if you join the real estate blogging mastermind workplace group, I put in studies that you can use for your content. So it's a great place if you don't know, what should I write about? What should I put in my Facebook posts? Go to there. I get studies from all over America, and it has great stuff. So.
Could you repeat the times
Yes,
for the productivity?
Yes, it's 9 a.m. Pacific, 12 noon for my session, which is content creators. And then Jerome's session is 11 a.m. Pacific, 2 o'clock Eastern. It's in the Productivity Center. So you go to eXp University and scroll all the way down because we're at the bottom. So it doesn't show up at first.
We have another question. How do you upload your videos? And I'm trying to figure out on LinkedIn is the question.
Yes, you just hit the YouTube video button and it asks for the URL. And you just copy and paste. That's a good question. But LinkedIn here, you want me to share the screen again? Show?
Sure.
All right, hold on. Where did I put it? Here. Okay, this is a picture. This is video. You just, in your creating a post, you type out what you want to say. You hit this, add hashtags, and add the hashtags. And here, this symbol here, which is, the video, start the video symbol. You just click on that and the videos come right up. You're welcome.
Did you say 9 a.m. on Thursday?
On Thursday. It's every Thursday at 9 a.m. Pacific, noon Eastern. So I'm the moderator but Jerome Lewis and Sheila Cahoon are my co-hosts. So you get 3 people. I'm a baby boomer. Jerome is a millennial. Sheila spent 30 years in technology. So between the 3 of us, we can pretty much answer anything. So it's not my class, it's our class. We'd love to have you.
I'm looking forward to it.
It'll be fun. So once again, I'm going to share some cool stats. So basically we have everybody asks questions for 45 minutes and then I teach something, and I'm going to share the newest Case-Shiller stuff that because it came out today. And the following week, we might do Google Maps because people keep asking about it. I'm up to 2 million views. Let me see.
That's awesome. What an achievement.
But let me tell you about that. Let me find it. I can't multitask. I'm too old. But I taught the class, and Judy Burke, who's in Southern California, followed up. So she's in a much bigger market. She has gotten 4 million views. She's doubled me. But during the pandemic, she got, California, the median price is $1 million. Okay, so it's really expensive where she lives. She got from her Google Maps stuff 3 deals worth over 1 million each. And they called her and said, "We loved your stuff on Google. We want you to be my realtor." She got 3 median price over $1 million deals from doing Google Maps. She made commissions on like $5 million from just doing that. Now, is that not amazing or what? So marketing works. Oh, so here it is. Can you see? It's now Beth. $2.1 million views, see?
That's great.
So I'll teach you how to do that. So she got 4 million because she's in a bigger market. And it's not hard and it's fun because you go to businesses where you are and it makes you the expert of your market. And Google, you win 3 times. You get business, the business, you're helping your local business people. And Google loves you because you're helping make their maps better. I get love letters from Google. Can you believe it?
It sounds like you need to come and do a Google class for us.
I will, just not next week.
We'll get you all set up for a Google class. Thank you, everybody, for coming. A special thank you for Beth Ellen, as usual. Lots of information, lots of great wisdom and knowledge. We enjoy having you here. You are welcome here anytime.
I learned so much from you all. So thank you for having me, and see you at eXp. Anybody coming to eXp Con? Yes.
Miss Rosetta from Nashville, Tennessee.
Well, I like it. So I haven't decided if I'm going because our COVID numbers are super high. And I even though I'm vaccinated, I'm chicken for big groups. So I might have an event at my house outside for everybody. So PM me on Workplace if you want to have me cook you dinner, because I'm not that far from the Strip. Because
yeah, maybe
I have a backyard. It'll be fun.
Yeah, now I might come.
Well, everybody's welcome in Vegas. I will show you things only locals know. It's really a fun place to live. So I appreciate you all.
Awesome. Thank you. Have a great night. And thanks again.
Thanks, Beth Ellen.
Thank you all.
Thank you for the opportunity. Love you guys.
Thanks. Enjoyed it. I'll see you at the convention.
Can't wait, Rosetta. Bye.